welcome to episode 9 of the MMG podcast. And I'm joined once again by my good friend Gocubs 711.
I've got one foot in the grave and the other in a Hello Kitty roller skate.
Oh. so both feet in the in the grave, essentially. So welcome back, everyone. We have quite a bit to go over of this NFL season. Welcome to week 3 of the 2017 NFL season. Yes, repeating myself, yes. But you know what I'm talking about. Real quick, there you go. So, welcome. I had to get my soundboard / phone ready to play that. But anyways, welcome back, guys. So, we're going to just quickly run through all the other games from this past week, give her little hot takes, whatever you may want to call it. And then we'll go through week 3. It's just same old. And so we're going to start with the Thursday Night Football game between the Texans and the Bengals. And Deshaun Watson wins his debut 13-9, and we win our picks as well. Did you watch this game at all?
No, I had banned.
Well, good for you, because it was not a fun watch. But yeah. I will say this: Watson did not have that great a debut. He had struggles, and everyone's gonna jump on him. But I mean, we have to remember the kid's a rookie, and I still have so much respect for him for what I've seen out of him in college, and I still have confidence that he's going to make a leap at least a little bit. But we saw what he can do, which is be a mobile quarterback.
Hell yeah!
A huge run with great blocking, ironically, with a bad offensive line, making him all the way to the touchdown. It was pretty awesome to watch. The only really exciting play of that game. Bengals 0-2 fires their offensive coordinator, I forget who they went with. I forget what the guy's name was and who they hired. Who cares?
The stripes are really ugly right now.
Yeah. It's the Bengals are just they're in this like weird area now where they were so good for so many years, but like always came up short of like after they make the wild card weekend and they can't win after that.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like they can't even touch the playoffs.
I know.
Yeah, and it's gonna really cause some people to question if Marvin Lewis keeps his job going forward. Moving on, the Patriots, they're back, baby. They stomped the Saints 36-20. Brady had an incredible game, and if there was anyone out there that was doubting that Brady would be able to bounce back from that Kansas City Chiefs game, you have not been watching football in the past few years. He just put up an insane performance. I wish I had the numbers in front of me right now, but it was something along the lines of like over 400 yards. Like 3 or 4 passing touchdowns. It was an incredible performance.
He also got more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott this week.
Oh, well, that's when you know you have issues. We'll get to that game. The Saints fell to 0-2 and are gonna have to face a really stout Carolina Panthers defense next week. So things are not looking up for the Saints either. Another team who's known for their great offense and parts of it's just not really working out, and their defense still sucks. Let's move on to the first game of the Buccaneers 2017 season, stomping your Chicago Bears.
I was crying a little bit on the inside the entire game. Like, it started out like Buccaneers made a drive, kicked a field goal. I was like, all right, this might actually be a game. Bears made a drive, got it pretty close to the end zone, and then Glennon threw a pick. And then that was about the tone that the rest of the game had.
Yeah, I believe Tariq Cohen fumbled. This
play, it was a punt return.
Yeah.
It kind of bounced a bit. A couple Buccaneers were around it as they do to try to like stop it, and Cohen tries to go pick it up and like be a hero, but then fumbles it. They pick it up and then are in the red zone immediately.
It's
It was
just
embarrassing to watch.
yeah, it's that does not just not sound fun. But
No,
there's any if there's any consolation there, you may see Mitchell Trubisky come out soon. Who knows?
now that
Maybe.
John Fox is our head coach.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're making. I think with this team, the way that it's currently the current roster as is, it might be best that Trubisky still sits because this is just not.
No,
It's not working out right now for this team.
no, especially when our top two wide receivers are both currently out for injury. This is not like as much as Bears fans and many Bears fans that I know, like want to see the immediate solution of Trubisky going in. Trubisky will flounder without good receivers.
Right, exactly.
We have a good backfield, but right now the only really good receiver that we have is Zach Miller, and that's not saying much.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of like firepower on either side. I mean, look, there's some great young defensive players on the Bears, and I think that's what you're gonna have to build around right now. And I'm also getting worried about Jordan Howard. I mean, he just did not really have much of a game last week, and one of the only passes that he dropped, which was a consistent problem during his rookie season. It's not looking that great for him or the Bears team right now as they're going to host the Steelers next, which is not going to be a good task at all. Also, this was a Team Chaos game, and unfortunately, Team Chaos did not deliver. So,
nope, not even close.
My first iteration of.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'll do it for myself too.
Okay.
Moving on to the Eagles at the Chiefs. This was a fun game, specifically in the second half. It was a defensive battle. It was like 6-9, but then the offenses picked up. Chiefs ended up taking the lead, 27.
Exploded again.
Yeah, 27-13. Kareem Hunt again had a magnificent game. Not as strong as the Patriots game, but still significant to get his team the win. One of the more interesting things that happened though was that it was 27-13. I was thinking it was going to be a 2-score game, but then the Eagles scored a touchdown, 27-20. I was just like, all right, but there's no way they're going to recover the onside kick. They recover the onside kick, and they have one last shot, Hail Mary shot to try to get it into the end zone, and unfortunately they didn't do it. But what an amazing thing that would have been if Carson Wentz somehow completed to one of his receivers in like that, and it would have gone to overtime. It would have been absolutely insane. So we were robbed of that, unfortunately. But the Chiefs coming out with a big victory. All right, moving on. The Vikings at the Steelers. Sam Bradford, a surprising active in this game, and the Case Keenum ended up having to start, which was never a good sign when you have to have your backup go in. But the Steelers ended up beating them 26-9. Haven't got a chance to come around to watching that game yet. But the offense still is having a lot of issues, but the defense is doing pretty well for the Steelers. Hopefully, they'll have that chance to get back into a groove next week. Moving on, the Browns at Ravens. The Ravens beating the Browns 24-10. DeShone Kizer having a miserable day. Ended up leaving the game at one point with a migraine. Kevin Hogan came out in as Browns quarterback. Not a good sign at all. And it was just more of a thumping. Ravens, 3 of the top 5 interception leaders are Ravens players right now. I believe 2 for Brandon Carr, 2 for Joyner, I believe his name is, and I think one other guy.
All right, hi.
Oh, did you drop from the call?
My internet was being really weird.
Again? Oh god, this is
no, it's fine. Let's keep going.
All right, but anyways, 24-10 Ravens final score. and so then now we go to the Panthers at the Bills, the Bills at the Panthers.
Yeah.
Uh, so the Panthers ended up winning this one 9-3. It was a close defensive battle. Neither offense could really get anything going. At least the Panthers had a little bit of an excuse with Greg Olsen going down with now broken foot. He'll be out for a little while, and Cam Newton just not really still playing well. He does not seem that healthy. The Bills, on the other hand, just were just trounced by the Panthers defense. Yeah, hardcore, and unfortunately that means my team Chaos did not end up winning, so yeah, well,
I mean, you couldn't have been expecting much from the Bills.
yeah, I mean, I just figured that it was a tough week to lock a game or to pick a team Chaos.
Yeah.
But at least it was a one score game. I mean, that's all I can hope for, and I'm at least happy with that they tried their best there. Moving on, the Cardinals at the Colts, an ugly game that ended up being our first overtime game of the year, and the Cardinals, Phil Dawson, who missed a kick to force overtime, ended up making a overtime kick to win it for the Cardinals, 16-13 rather. And the Colts with Jacoby Brissett looked a little bit more competent in this game. Actually, were leading a lot of the game, but the Cardinals ended up coming back, even though they had to deal with no David Johnson in this one as well.
Yes.
Yeah, poor David Johnson fantasy owners. I still have my heart out for all you out there who were able to pick number 1 overall. Sad times for you all.
Sad reacts only.
Press F for respects.
Press F to pay respects.
The Titans at Jaguars. The Titans. Man, this is the last time I put faith in the Jaguars. I mean,
yeah, they had a really good week 1, and then they just had to do what they've been doing.
Yeah,
they suck ass.
Yeah, and they did as much as they could defensively for a little while, at least, especially in like the back end with their secondary has been very good, but it was just not enough. The Titans ended up beating the Jaguars 37-16. Jags.
It was bad. It
was bad, and so then we actually lost that pick. That was one of the picks that we lost there. The Titans are looking good though. They played it kind of close with the Raiders until the end of that game, and they were able to really beat a Jaguars team that looked really good in week 1. So the Titans they're a little bit more of higher expectations for this team. Now it's looking a little bit better now for at least the Titans truthers out there. As I like to label myself as, they are the truth. They will win. Next, the Jets at the Raiders, and you locked this up. You guaranteed that this game would go to the Raiders, and that was the case.
There was very little.
There's very very little doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the Jets might be on track to accomplish what the Browns tried to accomplish last year but failed. And goes.
Yeah, it's 16. Yeah, I feel like the only thing that would make it even more perfect for the Jets to go 0-16 if they had the Giants offense. Like you gotta just combine that because it's the Jets though are they're in a rough situation now 0-2. I mean, this is the way they wanted it though. It seemed like they wanted to tank this year, and so far so good. Raiders looking really good. And,
yes, I'm very happy.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch getting his dance moves going during this game as well. A very fun video that went viral of him dancing on the sidelines. Some Jets fans were a little salty about it. I was just like, hell yeah, Marshawn Lynch, you'd go.
Yeah.
He's Marshawn Lynch. Moving on, the Dolphins at Chargers. The Chargers tried to win this game on a last-second field goal. This sounds familiar to last week. or to at least a week 1, and didn't work out again as Koo kicked it to wide left, and the Dolphins ended up prevailing in their first game of the season, 19-17. Jay Cutler looking not that bad.
What? Where the fuck was that? I had a feeling at like as soon as he signed with the Dolphins, I was like, watch, he's gonna be fucking incredible. Maybe not incredible, but like better than average. And look what happened.
It's a good
Where
start.
was
It's a good start. And Dolphins are looking at 2-0 against the Jets next week.
Where was that for the past 8 years?
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, the 1 year that he had Adam Gase in the Bears season, while they didn't deliver with wins, he did have a decent season. A lot of that the problems that I believe it was 2015 was, I believe, the defense.
Yeah.
But I can't really blame you though for not feeling good about seeing this in South Florida and not in Soldier Field right now.
Yeah.
But regardless, Dolphins win, and the Chargers, who looked like a potential sleeper for the AFC West, now is sitting at 0-2, while the rest of their division is sitting at 2-0. It's going to be really tough for them to climb out of this, because they still have 5 more divisional games to play, and they also have to, they also have to face the Patriots at some point. It's not gonna be fun for them, but we'll see if they can pull it out. Next game, the Seahawks barely got one out against the 49ers.
That should not have been that close.
It was the victory, 12-9. Offenses were once again very similar to the Panthers-Bills game, in which offenses were just not good. Defenses were a lot better, and the Seahawks ended up getting one last touchdown to seal the fate of the Niners. And I don't know, I'm a little worried about the Seahawks team, because they're significantly, they're a great defense, but it's just not, they're not delivering on the other side of the ball. We thought it would work out, but it just doesn't seem like that's happening right now. I don't know. This is just, I'm a little disappointed right now in this team. Now that could have opened the door for the Rams to take 2-0 lead in the NFC West, but that didn't happen either, as they fall 27-20 in a close game against the Washington Redskins. Redskins get their first win of the year, Rams get their first loss of the year, and now all eyes are on Thursday Night Football as they take on the Niners in their mustard yellow color rush uniforms.
Ew.
Yeah, not really the
Yellow
best.
is not a good uniform color.
It's not. It needs to be complementary of another color in there. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna disagree, I know, but the Packers they do it pretty alright.
Color-wise, it's fine.
Yeah, but the way that the Rams have it in most of these color rush uniforms, where it's just one solid color, it's not going to work out. But hopefully they'll look good in yellow if they can win against the Niners this week. We'll predict that in a little bit. Cowboys at Broncos. A lot of people. Yeah, an absolute stomping by the Broncos.
Broncos just reared the Cowboys off their backs and just fucking trampled them.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think of that reference. It was as if the horses decided to have minds of their own, and the
horses became the people.
Oh my god!
They rode the Cowboys.
They rode the Cowboys. Yeah.
How the tables have turned.
That's a great way to describe what happened on Sunday. As the Broncos won 42-17. A lot of those points, by the way, in garbage time. Um, and the Broncos looked great on offense, looked great on defense, and looked like one of the best teams in the AFC. Just all around. They unfortunately lost their left tackle Garrett Bowles for a little while. I don't know if he will be. I think he'll be out for like a few weeks, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be too significant of a loss for them. But you want to make sure that you keep that momentum going. Heading into next week. But just an absolute fantastic job by the Broncos, and they're looking better than what I thought they would be. Cowboys, meanwhile, yeah, like we talked about earlier, Ezekiel Elliott, like what, 5 rushing yards, 8 rushing yards,
8 rushing yards, like not a lot
no,
for
yeah,
the caliber of running back that he is.
yeah. The Cowboys' offensive line, which is considered like the permanent good thing that the Cowboys will always have, just did not look good on Sunday. Dak Prescott kind of struggled, but I wouldn't blame him for what happened. They also lost multiple cornerbacks, so the secondary was just a mess. It was so not a good look for the Cowboys, and they are going to need to rebound big time on Monday Night Football, take advantage of a injured Cardinals team. Next, it is the showdown in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the opener. The Falcons coming away with the victory, unlike what we predicted. 34-23, a significant win for the Falcons, essentially claiming them as the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah, they fucking demolished the Packers, and it made me so happy. Like, because I don't know if you get very many joys, or that sounded wrong. I don't know if you get many joys from like watching like specific faces of football players. Sad Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite joys on this earth.
Wow, that's really a significant that's really a significant feeling to have. I don't know. I enjoy I just enjoy when like a team that I really feel like has been enjoying so much success, when they lose, like that's the kind of euphoric feeling that I go for, and I can understand
So like the
it's kind of
first
like
three
this game.
quarters of Super Bowl 51.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was it. And like, I don't hate the Patriots as much as other New York sports fans out there, but it was truly like one of those things that was like, wow, it's like this team that's never won the Super Bowl before is about to win against one of the greatest dynasties of all time.
Yeah.
And then,
Nope.
no. Worth noting, Falcons won by 30, but Falcons won with 34 points, the same score that the Patriots beat them with.
God fucking damn.
It's gonna be a reference way too much in this upcoming for this rest of this season, at least. Last game, Lions at Giants. Ugh, oh god, I'm pained by this. The 24-10 win by the Lions. Lions are looking like they're looking like a competent, fun team, and that's the first time I can really say that in many seasons. Even though they've been to the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years, I've never really felt like they were kind of worthy of that. This is different. They are looking like a team that is fun to watch, throwing the ball down the field. Matthew Stafford's been very fun to watch, and the defense has been doing a lot better than what I'd expect. And it's pretty much the exact opposite right now for the Giants. It's just miserable for them. The offensive line specifically, Eric Flowers specifically, just has not been getting the job done. Receivers were dropping balls. Eli Manning was not escaping the people trying to sack him, and was kind of, doing the usual Eli stuff, just not really throwing the ball right on target. And the defense just could not stop the fucking Lions offense in the Lions territory. They were always in Giants territory if they stopped them. It was pathetic performance, and it's not looking good for the NYG, but it is also week 2, so maybe something will turn around. Probably not, but you never know. I can only hope at this point. So your teams and my teams. Oh, I mean, the Panthers are doing well. They're 2-0, but the rest of our teams
Well, yeah,
not doing very very well at this point.
no,
But I'm okay with that because I think it makes me enjoy a season a little bit more. Uh,
I like looking at the NFL as a whole.
yeah, exactly.
At this point, with how bad, like with the fact that only one of my teams is 2-0,
Right.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun to look at it as a whole and just
Yeah.
see what happens.
I'm 100% with you, and that's why it was like so hard for me to watch like the Packers Giants playoff game because I was just kind of like because I knew I had a rooting interest. It's so much better going into it when you don't have a rooting interest and you just kind of enjoy a football game. That was very hard to enjoy because I had so much investment in who the team that was playing. So, oh well. But let's move on. It's gonna be week 3, and I think that week 3 out of all the weeks, at least to start the season, is among the more important weeks because you kind of get a much better idea of who's going to be good this year and who isn't. Like with the exception of Buccaneers and Dolphins, but we're going to only have like a 2-game sample with them. The rest of them, it's 3 games that you've played. Like, do you have a winning record or are you going to have a losing record? You can't be in between anymore. So let's see where you're at.
Unless you're the Dolphins from last season, this is going to be a pretty good. It's a pretty good indication of probably how the rest of the season is going to go.
Yeah, I mean nothing's perfect with this like with any like kind of analysis, but it's I think that if you're a 3-0 team, well here's the thing though. There's a lot of exceptions from last year. I think the only 3-0 teams last year were the Eagles, Vikings, and Broncos. Or I'm sorry, it was Eagles.
The first teams to go 4-0, I believe,
4-0.
were the Vikings and the Eagles.
Vikings, Eagles, and Broncos. Broncos were 4-0. None of them made the playoffs. So I mean, I guess you do end up taking it with a grain of salt, but I don't know. I still think it's a good indication to see like where you would land overall. I still take it to heart a little bit. So let's see what we think is going to happen in week 3. We're going to start with the Rams at 49ers game. What do you think is going to happen, Goku? Oh wait, but actually, before we do that, just to let you guys know about the records last week, I went 11-5, and Goku's went 10-6. Yeah, the Broncos beating the Cowboys was the difference there. So as of right now, the overall records for us, Gocubs is 16-15. So that is a total of 1 point for him. And the math is just wins minus losses. And then my record 17-14 with my point total currently at 3. No extra bonus points right now because we have not yet to get a Team Chaos right nor a guarantee wrong. So we'll see how it unfolds.
Let's move on.
That down the line. All right, Rams and 49ers. Who do you have?
Rams.
Rams, yeah. I mean, at this point, Rams. I think the Rams still looked pretty good on Sunday. I mean, there were some struggles, but yeah.
Especially compared to how the 49ers looked against the Panthers and the Seahawks, the Rams both won a game and played pretty well against a pretty okay Washington team.
Yeah, I agree with that. Rams my pick as well. All right, the London game being streamed on Yahoo. Yahoo!
That's why it's at 8:30.
Yeah, it's
9:30 for you.
I this is why I like waking up early on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
I mean, this might not be a good watch of a game, but I'm gonna watch anyway. The Ravens and Jaguars defensive battle. What do you have?
I have the Ravens because the Ravens have slightly bit more offense than the Jaguars do.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing I could see happening is that Marshall Yanda, who is their offensive guard, their franchise offensive guard, went down with a season-ending injury. I could see that being a factor potentially for the Ravens, but I still have a little bit more confidence in them in terms of offensive play. And their defense has just been so well. I just don't see Blake Bortles being able
They
to
have a
do
lot
it.
more experience being a good team than the Jaguars do.
Yeah, yeah. Experience is the key word there.
Yeah.
But the Jaguars have more experience in London, so I don't know. I'm just it's a
Oh,
tough
all right.
pick I think for me. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
'cause
with the
Jaguars
Ravens.
always
They're
go to
2-0,
London
and
because
I
it's
think it
no
would be
consequence.
significant for them to win.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, next game.
next game. All right, Texans at the Patriots. Who do you have?
Is this even a question?
Yeah, this is it's just tough right now because
I know.
the Texans are still trying to learn their offense, and this is not. I mean, it's a great test for them, but I just don't think it's going to be a significant. I don't think they're going to pull out a win here.
I think Deshaun Watson and just overall, if the Texans defense stays as great as it is, they get a couple more weapons for Watson and let Watson grow.
Right.
But they're
Yeah.
not there yet, and the Patriots are on fire, so I think the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots as well, and it's just it is not a question, and if like you said, I think the only way that this is gonna happen is if the Texans can be as dominant of a defense. Like they have to pull Chiefs essentially. They need to be
Yeah.
both dynamic on offense and dynamic on defense. I just don't. I think only one of those can really happen at once at this point. So I'm going with the Patriots. All right, Giants at Eagles. Who do you have? Go Cubs.
Uh, well, considering you like uh gave me very strong advice earlier to choose the Eagles defense for my fantasy team,
Yeah, yeah.
I have to pick the Eagles.
Yeah. I would pick the Eagles in this one. Eagles. I mean, say what you want about what happened on Sunday's game against the Chiefs. They played very well,
They did.
and I think that this is the sleeper team that shouldn't really be a sleeper to win the NFC East.
I could see it honestly.
Yeah, I want to see the Eagles win it personally if the Giants can't do it, and I'd rather not because the Giants are just not fun to watch. The Eagles are. I think I would like to see the Eagles win it. I think they have just an amazing defensive line, and the offense is looking a little bit better. They're having trouble running the ball, but if Carson Wentz can continue to throw it, I think that's going to be more important right now. So, excuse me. Eagles are going to win. Browns at the Colts. Worth noting, the Beth Mowens is calling this game as well. So more angry male rampage. So go ahead, go Cubs. Who do you have?
All right, I still can't root for the Browns. Like both of these teams seem like dumpster fires this year, but yeah, I don't think the Browns have what it takes, so I have to go Colts.
All right, this is the first time we're deferring. This is the
All
first
right.
time in quite some time that the Browns are favored in this game. And that is significant. I think that their defense can play well. I think Deshaun Kaiser had a rough game against the Ravens, but I think a lot of that was because they had a great defense. The Colts do not. I
Okay.
think this game is going to be close, but I think that they can play just as well, and if not just a tiny bit better than, or I'm sorry, I would say just as well as the Cardinals did last week in terms of their current situation. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close no matter what, though.
All right. Cool.
All right. Next, Dolphins at Jets.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins are gonna win, and smoking Jay Cutler is gonna
Yeah.
pull out
What the fuck, dude?
amazing
Good stuff, but what the fuck?
amazing game. I think.
I so on hiatus from being Bears fans. So one of them's for the Jets, for the Dolphins. And
mm. I mean, it's an interesting selection of teams. That's for sure.
yeah, I don't
Um,
know where they got them from.
well, maybe I would assume maybe there's just some Chicago Bears roots now down there. It's in South Florida. Uh,
Honestly, it might just be because of the hashtag fins up.
oh yeah, for sure. That could work too.
Yeah,
But Buccaneers at Vikings, sneaky good game. I think it could be. Um,
yeah.
well, what do you think is going to happen this one?
I think this is going to be close, and it's a game that I actually would enjoy watching. But pick, but I've got Buccaneers over Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to go Buccaneers as well. I think they have a. I think the Vikings might be without uh, Sam Bradford again this week. There's a chance.
Oh yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, if he's there, I mean, cool. But at the same time, I'm a little not confident in them saying like, "Oh, he might be back next week. He might not be back for 6 more weeks, but he's fine." That quote that came out on Sunday is just like, yeah, no,
I remember seeing that.
this is not gonna end well. Yeah,
No,
that was that was Mike Zimmer really reassuring Vikings fans there.
should have kept West Lund.
Yeah, Buccaneers. I think we're gonna go 2-0 in this one.
Good for them.
All right, Broncos at Bills. Defensive game. But one team has, I think, an edge in offense. But go ahead, go Cubs. Who do you have?
Yeah, the Broncos have that edge, and the Broncos are going to win.
Yeah, I not only do I think the Broncos are going to win, but I'm going to guarantee that the
All right.
Broncos are going to win it. Just don't think the Bills have the power to go overtake this Broncos team. They're not the Cowboys in terms of their offense. It's not happening with this team.
Yeah.
Broncos are going to win, and they're going to win, I think, heftily as well.
All right.
All right, Saints at Panthers divisional game. 0-2 against 2-0. What do you have, Go Cubs?
I have to keep pounding, especially with like the Panthers did pretty well, like pretty damn well against the 49ers, but the 49ers are kind of bad. They beat the Bills in a really defensive showdown. I think that the Panthers defense will keep the Saints offense at bay, and they have enough offense to like run over the Saints defense. Even with an injured Greg Olsen, Newton's got other weapons. Hopefully he's back up to snuff.
Yeah, for the first time this season, I am picking the Panthers to win this game.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've just been they've been, I think, the best defense in the NFC, and
Yeah.
considering the way that I think it's gonna be close just because I'm still not confident enough in the Panthers offense, but if they can get that going against a Saints defense that also has just not been playing well, I think the Panthers will be fine. So I think they're gonna pull out with the win.
Sweet.
Steelers at Bears.
Steelers, how do you choose the other one?
Steelers, yeah, I don't know. The only thing I could think of is if the Bears defense plays well and some miracles happen on offense, to get them in a significant position. I don't know. Steelers are gonna win. It's gonna be hard.
The Steelers are going to win. The Bears offense is a train wreck right now.
Yeah.
Mike Lennon is not a starter.
Yeah, it's Mike Lennon, not for Prez, 2017.
Not for Prez.
All right. One of the best games for this week, and I'm kind of sad. I'm a little pissed at Fox right now because their leading game is going to be Giants at Eagles, with the second game being Falcons at Lions. I get it. Falcons and Lions are probably not a ratings draw, but it's right now the two best teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both 2-0. I think it should be the number one game to watch all across the nation. It's gonna be very fun, and I think it's gonna be a shootout in some kind. That even though the defenses have played well, I think the offenses are gonna be playing more of an overstated role. I think the Falcons are gonna win. Go, Cuz. What about you?
We are deferring again, actually.
Really? All right.
Uh, yeah, I might be just really crazy in this because Lions played. Who did they play week one? Cardinals. Uh, and I'm not Cardinals and Giants obviously aren't that great of teams this year,
Yeah.
but this is going to be my team chaos pick is the Lions over the Cardinals.
Over the Falcons.
The Lions over the Falcons, yeah.
That's Team Chaos. Wow. That's
Yeah.
I'm surprised, man,
Uh,
because you ride the Falcons too. You like
I,
them.
I love the Falcons, and I think that they're the better team in this situation. But I also think that if the Lions win this, they'll win the NFC North.
Yeah, I would not disagree, and I think one thing that plays to your favor too is that Vic Beasley is going to be out for a little bit of time. That's
Yeah.
the Falcons' best defensive player. Missing him, the Lions' offense might be able to put up some numbers. I don't know. I like your pick. I'm gonna stick with the Falcons, but you're looking good. If the Lions win this game, it'll show me that they're a better team that they've been in quite some time, and I'll be excited for them for sure. All right, uh, Seahawks at the Titans, and go Cubs. What do you think about this matchup?
Seahawks at Titans. I like 3 years ago. This would be a no-brainer matchup,
Oh, for sure.
but the Seahawks have had like a really rocky start. They're they're 1-1, right? Or are they two?
They're 1-1 because
One and one.
they lost to the Packers.
They
Yeah,
lost to the Packers, right? So the Packers are obviously a good team. 49ers are not, and they almost lost to them.
yeah.
So I wrote down Seahawks over Titans, but I'm going to change that to Titans over Seahawks.
I'm with you. Titans over the Seahawks. I love it. I think the Titans have a real chance. And you know what? I'm going to declare that my team chaos as well.
All right, cool.
So that doesn't mean that you have to take on that team chaos tag either. But I say the Titans. It would just be significant. If the Titans could end up pulling off this victory, I just think it would be insane and it would be so much fun to watch unfold, and if it would show me that they've made that improvement from like the year before. Not that the Seahawks offense is that much of a juggernaut or anything like that. They've been struggling big time, but it's still the Seahawks. It's still a team that's always been there, that has been in the past decade, has been an NFC juggernaut. So I think Titans is a great pick for that.
Yeah,
So Titans team chaos for sure.
cool. Mine's a bit more of a team chaos, but whatever.
Well, why do you say that though? Because I think
No, I'm kidding, Chris.
I was gonna say because Titans over Seahawks. That's kind of panty.
That's a
Panty.
big deal.
Yeah, panty rustling. All right, Bengals at Packers. Oh, this would have been such a good game, but now it's not, and I'm gonna have to watch it on Sunday. What do you think is gonna happen in this one? Go Cubs.
This is my lock, actually. Packers over Bengals.
Guarantee, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really blame you for that. Packers just too easy of a pick, and I will say this though, and it may not mean anything. It doesn't, but Bills fired their offensive coordinator week 2 last year after the Thursday Night Football performance. Very similar situation to the Bengals. They then went to the Cardinals week 3 and demolished them. Now, it was the Cardinals, and the Cardinals did not play that well last year, but it was very interesting at the time, and this has eerie feelings of that. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen with this Bengals team.
But it's just worth noting. The Packers, I think, will win, though.
Yeah.
All right. Chiefs at the Chargers. Again, 2-0, 0-2 divisional battle. This is going to be at LA's home stadium, and so considering how they started out their home stadium, this might be a stadium filled with Chiefs fans, and that's not going to be a good start for the Chargers either. And they're playing a really good Chiefs team with a rookie star already, someone that should be touted as the offensive rookie of the year so far in Kareem Hunt. I don't know if this is going to be too much wariness with this pick. What do you have, Go Cubs?
No, I have the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah, Chiefs are going to win.
They're really strong.
They're too strong. Too strong.
Strong.
And Sunday Night Football, a sneaky good matchup. Raiders at Redskins. If the Redskins can be competent on offense, of course, it should be a good game. But what do you think is going to happen, Go Cubs?
I think the Raiders are going to be even more competent on offense and win.
Well, we know that they're competent on offense. A little too competent. If
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter though. Raiders are going to win. I think it'll be fun to watch though. Super Bowl, I want to say it was Super Bowl 40. No, wait, no. 20 something.
Yeah, 40 would have been
40 would be the 2000s. 20. 23? I don't fucking know. It was something along those lines. But anyways, so Raiders at Redskins. That would be that Super Bowl rematch of some sorts.
Yes.
All right, Monday Night Football. What would have looked like a really fun matchup again, very similar to the Bengals Packers. Now does not look that good. With the Cowboys coming off a really, really rough loss, and the Cardinals will enter without David Johnson. How do you think this game is going to go?
Well, the Cowboys just had a bad game. They still have the talent. The Cardinals don't really have that talent, especially with David Johnson gone. Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald, as great of players as they are, in a Super Bowl, which is sad to say. But yeah, I have Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cowboys are going to win that. So we only deferred twice in those picks. One for Team Chaos with your Lions, with the Lions and the Falcons, and then we deferred on probably what will be the worst game of the week: Browns at Colts.
Yeah.
So we have a chance to tie, or someone, or you'll end up you'll end up pulling within. You'll end up taking the lead over me.
Yeah.
Potentially. We'll see. All right. So that's it. That is it for this show. I'll leave y'all with a question. What is wrong with the NFL offenses? Like, what the fuck is happening?
What you cut out?
I was leaving the audience with a question. What is wrong with the NFL offenses? Like, what the fuck is happening? This is
really good question.
It's been a rough start to this year for NFL offenses. I say it's offensive line play, and I just think not enough practices. They need less preseason, more practices.
Yeah,
that's what I say. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If anyone ends up commenting, I don't give a shit if you don't. That's fine.
Can I do Gocubs Fantasy Corner?
Oh yes, I almost forgot. That's a whole. You told me earlier that you couldn't do the AFC and NFC picks, and for some reason I included every single one of your segments. All cool. Right, so it's time for Hollywood Stars.
All right. So the Hollywood Stars went into our first divisional game today and won 106-91. Marcus Mariota did all right. The true stars of the team were the running backs, and Melvin Gordon and Kareem Hunt both putting at least 20 points up, and C.J. Anderson on my bench putting 30.
C.J.
Unfortunately, Jeremy Maclin remained the one touchdown, 30 yards wonder that he is, and scored me 13 points. Very happy about that. Unfortunately, Greg Olsen went down with a foot injury. and will be on injured reserve for the rest of the season. So I need a new tight end.
Yes. And who
Yes.
who are you going to end up picking up?
If the waiver claim goes through, I will be getting Austin Hooper from the Falcons.
Austin Hooper has had a significant year thus far, I would say.
Yeah.
In this at least this season, the top tight end since Jacob Tammy left the Falcons.
Yes.
Um,
So as soon as all my waivers go through tomorrow morning, provided nothing else changes, my lineup will be Marcus Mariota, Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, AJ Green, Terrell Pryor, Austin Hooper, CJ Anderson, the Eagles defense, and Justin Tucker.
Yeah, that streaming defense.
Yep.
The streaming defense is very. I'm telling you, I hope I don't let you down with that. But I don't think the Giants' offense is competent enough.
All right.
I think that's a good defense to start. All right, guys, that is it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Go Cubs! Any last words or thoughts?
Nah, I got nothing.
All right. All right. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.